did the well, Jan Bingtao, to get it back to 6-3. There's not many people can launch too many comebacks against a man like John Higgins.
Just thinking there that he's learning a lot of things in the last month. He's beaten, you know, Ronnie O'Sullivan over in China in a tournament recently. He's just been given a bit of a lesson last week by Mark Williams and another one today. And hopefully he'll come out of all this much stronger. You know, if he's able to digest everything that's happening to him, he's on the right track. But, you know, John Higgins has just proved too clever for him today.
And Jimmy, looked to talk about him having to go up to Scotland to fix his cue and all of that and coming back down. But I suppose with John Higgins, most days you could give him a broom handle, he'd still get through.
It'd be interesting to find out if he changed his tip. He said he was going to change his tip, but he seemed to play really well with that today. So maybe put an old tip on that he used, because it didn't look like a brand new tip.
Yeah.
But he certainly was comfortable there.
Well, listen, he's also comfortably the favourite in his half of the draw. You know, we've had a really interesting afternoon. Actually, as we told you a little bit earlier, we had 2 of our last 16, the top quarter of the draw done. We now know that 2 old veterans are coming together. John Higgins takes on Mark King, who had a really impressive win here, Jimmy, against Luca Bracel 6-3.
Yeah, you know, Luca Brazel's won a tournament this year and a man in form, but Mark King, because he's like a real battler, you know, but he's also playing well. He nearly had a 147 in this tournament. He missed the pink, so he must be cueing very well, and that's a really good win for him.
Okay, bottom half of the draw. We've also had some more action there today. We know the 3rd quarter was sorted out, but we've got Ronnie O'Sullivan through, and the old Pinner Potters 5-3 up against the same Vifai. It's now gone 5-4. They could still be there when we come back on air at 6:45. That has been slow, but it's been nip and tuck the whole way.
Yeah, I think 2 deceptively good players. We know Martin Gould's a ranking tournament winner, and we know Vifai is an up-and-coming player. I don't think anyone likes playing him. He's not easy to play against. You know, around the table, he's very competitive. So, you know, that's an interesting one. Obviously, with Ronnie winning, the one player who's beaten him recently is Barry Hawkins. He beat him in the World Championships last year. So if he's back to his best and he can beat Sonny Akani in his match, then I suppose that's Ronnie's biggest danger for the foreseeable.
On the subject of Ronnie, that was our main game this afternoon. We were able to take bonus frames from Jan Bingtao against John Higgins. And anyway, the Rocket beat Michael Wide 6-1, and we talked to him at the end.
Ronnie, congratulations. Great win there. Happy birthday as well. Was that the perfect birthday present for you?
Yeah, it was nice. You know, obviously on my birthday, you know, I didn't want to get beat. You know, I'm enjoying being here in York. You know, it's a great tournament. And, you know, although we both struggled out there today, Michael obviously struggled a lot more than me. And it can be really tough out there. So we both kind of, you know, didn't enjoy the match really, you know what I mean? You want to be like playing your best snooker at events like this, but sometimes you just have to go out there and do a job. And I scrambled a lot better than he did.
Well, you've had some great results on paper, even if you feel like you haven't played your best. 6-1, 6-1, 6-2 as well. What are we going to expect from you in the next round then?
Well, I don't know. It's just sort of like no one's really played that well against me. You know, Jackson Page, you know, looked pretty dangerous. I don't know who I played in the second round, but I think he kind of struggled a bit, and Michael struggled a bit today as well. Yeah, Michael Giorgio in the second round. So, you know, I haven't really had to do a lot really, and I'm hopeful that, you know, I can pick my game up, and obviously the tougher the competition, you have to, you know, so it's either sink or swim.
Of course. Well, we know it's your birthday today, and I know you've been eating very healthily, but surely you're going to have a day off today. No. A bit of cake?
No cake today. No. Go to the gym, burn off a few calories, and then a bit of fish, salmon, potatoes, veg, all that sort of stuff.
That is very sensible of you. Well, happy birthday.
Have to. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Have we turned into Ready Steady Cook? I know more about Ronnie's eating habits this week than anything else, but he does get on that. I suppose if you were still up there, Jimmy, it might be a different story, but he's pretty disciplined at the moment. We've seen that all season.
Yeah, you know, I think since the World Championship last year, I think he's worked very hard on his game. He's not really declared it much, but I think he's been practicing really hard, and even though he's struggling in this tournament, you still see bursts of, you know, 128 break or whatever he made, and then when he played in that tournament he won, he beat Karen Wilson, nearly played perfection snooker, which is only like 5 weeks ago. Then he won Shanghai, got to the final of the Champions, so his game is in there.
Yeah.
OK, he's not produced it yet, but he hasn't had to produce it yet. So he'll be well pleased, and, you know, for me, he's a massive favourite to win this tournament.
Well, it's funny because I had a wee look this morning at to make the final betting, and way out in front was an O'Sullivan-Higgins final. I had a little look there just before we came back on air, and it's not worth a bet anymore. I'm not too sure about that, the way this tournament's gone. We'll have to wait and see the way this season's gone.
I actually think that Jimmy's right. Everything he says is right about how Ronnie's been playing. At the moment, he doesn't look as sharp as I've seen him.
Yeah.
But obviously, he's still got that to come, maybe. And John is getting through his games. I've seen them both play better. You know, I think they are slightly vulnerable to anyone playing well, but who is going to come out the back and beat them, you know? I mean, I think that Mark King is going to really struggle to beat John Higgins, as he's done all his career.
Yeah.
You know, so he's probably going to find it tough.
Well, it could be the guy that we have starring on Eurosport 1 this evening. When we come back, he knows what it's like to win each of the Triple Crowns. It'll be Sean Murphy taking on Jimmy Robertson. Sean starts his favourite there. And over in the Eurosport player, I dare say that might go on a little bit longer. Ricky Walden against Karen Wilson. I think that could be pretty tight indeed. We'll bring you them both in Eurosport 1 and the Eurosport player. So this afternoon, though, in Eurosport was proof that life begins at 40. The veterans ruled Mark King through, John Higgins through, and, of course, the birthday boy.